channel. Can you tell what color I'm doing today? Yep, I am doing the color orange. However, I didn't have that many orange, so I am doing orange and brown. So I have 11 books to share with you today. They are all mysteries and thrillers. So I'm going to share with you my TBR. Okay, starting with my first orange-brown book. The book is Keepsake Crimes by Laura Childs, and it is the first book in the scrapbooking mystery scrapbook tips included in the book. It's the first book. I really like the cover, really cool. And this one is a cozy mystery. And I'm only going to read a little bit of the blurb on the bottom. And it says, just the right blend of cozy fun and clever plotting. It's a scrapbooking mystery. So yeah, I'm not going to read anything else. So yeah, so that's the first book. Okay, the second book is 24 Hours by Greg Iles, and it looks like this. I don't know, I wasn't sure if I should put this in black or orange, but the orange stood out to me, so that's where I'm putting it. And the cover doesn't really have that much orange on it at all. So yeah, so I'm gonna put it on my orange. I'm gonna put it with all my orange books. So this one, I haven't read Greg Iles yet. So this one says, in 24 hours, one family will learn the meaning of fear. So I'm gonna see what the blurb says on the back. 24 hours. That's how long it takes a madman to pull off the perfect crime. He's done it before. He'll do it again, and no one can stop him. But this time, he's just picked the wrong family to terrorize, because Will and Karen Jennings aren't going to watch helplessly as he victimizes them, and they aren't going to tell him, let him get away with it. They're going to fight back. A gut-wrenching thriller. Ingenious, the tension is palpable, superbly crafted, and clever. So yeah, I just read the whole back. So pretty interesting. Sounds good. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, the next one is a Ken Follett book, and I just hauled this one recently. It's called Triple, and this could either be put in my orange or my blue, but I had so many blues, so I pulled it out and put it in my orange. Okay, so this one, it says highly imaginative and fascinating. And there is no blurb on the back, except we get to see what the author looks like. So here you go. Here's what the author looks like. So we are going into this book blind. And the reason I bought this book is because of the titles, Triple. And I'm hoping that there'll be some type of triplet thing in here. So yeah, so that's why I bought this one. So yes, totally blind book. Okay, so the next book I have here is called Dark Deceptions, and it's by D. Davis, and that's what it looks like on the spine. And here you go. It's very black on the cover. Dark Deceptions, a high-stakes action and high-impact romance. D. Davis leaves me breathless. Their secrets could destroy them. So let's see what it says on the back. Attack is an elite CIA unit masquerading as faculty at an Ivy League college. Brilliant, badass, and seemingly bulletproof, the members of ATAC are assigned to the riskiest missions and the most elusive targets, torn between duty and desire. Covert operations expert Nash Brennan has spent the last 8 years trying to forget Annie, his former field partner and the only woman he ever loved. Annie betrayed him when he needed her most, then vanished without a trace. Now, suddenly she's back in the game, this time as a suspected traitor and threat to national security. Annie's son has been kidnapped by political terrorists. The price for his life: assassinate an ambassador, When Nash and his group find her, the smoldering passion between Annie and the man she swore she'd never contact again blazes out of control. But can Nash trust her? The stakes couldn't be higher. Their enemy's endgame is personal, and one false move could cost them their lives. So I think I have to go check on my washing machine because I'm washing a comforter and I think it's getting stuck. Oh no, it stopped. So yeah, sorry about that bouncing. I think that was my washing machine. So okay, so I read the whole thing on the back, and this one seems interesting as well, kidnapping, but I think that there might be a lot of cursing in here because they did say badass on the back. So yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next book. The next book is an author by that I bought. It's same name as me. Her name is Laura Griffin, and I have Whisper of Warning, and it looks like this, very orangey, and the cover is very orangey as well. And it says, catapults from bone-chilling to heartwarming to too hot to handle. So listen closely. You may not have another chance. So yeah, this could have some sex in it. It sounds like. I don't know, but let's read the back. Okay. Will he help prove her innocence or lead a killer to her door? Courtney has been in trouble all her life, but nothing tops being an up-close witness to a brutal murder until she's accused of the crime. Every scrap of evidence points to her guilt, and only Courtney knows what really happened. Now she must prove that she's not a murderer, but is one of the killer's intended victims. Is one of the killer's intended victims. As police investigators hammer her for answers, Courtney knows she has two choices: run or trust the brooding, sexy detective who's made it clear she's his prime suspect. Will Hodges doesn't need special forces training to know that despite Courtney's killer looks and razor-sharp tongue, her tough girl act hides a vulnerable woman with a deadly secret. As the body count rises, Will realizes that a lethal enemy has Courtney in his crosshairs. The killer is waiting, watching her every move, but he won't stop until her fear has grown from a whisper to a scream. So, enjoyable, fast-paced, romantic suspense. That's what it says on the back. I read the whole thing. So, yeah, pretty interesting, and it's very, very orange. So, yeah, so that's that. We are moving on to 6. Book number 6. Sorry, I lose track of my numbers. But book number 6 is It's Heather Graham. Sorry about that. Heather Graham. It's Deadly Harvest, and this is kind of orangey, and the cover is very orange. So it says a Flynn Brothers trilogy. So Deadly Harvest is part of a trilogy. I don't know what number. When I edit this, I will let you know what number this one is. So it says on the back, a dark legend comes to life when a young woman is found dead in a field, dressed up as a scarecrow with a slashed grin and a broken neck. The residents of Salem, Massachusetts begin to fear that the infamous Harvest Man is more than just a rumor. But out-of-town cop Jeremy doesn't have time to go for ghost stories. He's in town on another investigation looking for a friend's wife who mysteriously vanished in a cemetery. Complicating his efforts is local occult expert Rowena, who launches her own investigation, convinced that a horror from the past has crept into the present and is seducing women to their deaths. Jeremy uses logic and solid police work. Rowena depends on intuition, but they both have the same goal: to stop the abductions and locate the missing woman before Rowena herself falls prey to the Harvest Man's dark seduction. It says a unique paranormal twist to this able romantic suspense. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, moving on to number 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7. 7 is another part of Laura Child's trilogy, I think. And I think it's more than a trilogy, though. It's photo finished, a scrapbooking mystery. So it's a cozy mystery about scrapbooking. And I don't know what number this is, but it says the second in the new series. So this is the second book in the cozy mystery series. So I should put it together, but yeah, so that's that one. Okay, I'm not going to read it. The next book, I'm up to 8. Number 8 is a kind of a brown book, and I thought this fit into the brown section. So it's The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood, and it's kind of like brownish beige, and this is what the cover looks like. The first great novel of the new millennium, and it says winner of the Booker Prize. So it's an international bestseller, and grand storytelling on a grand scale, sheerly enjoyable. The Blind Assassin opens with these simple, resonant words. 10 days after the war ended, my sister Laura drove a car off a bridge. They are spoken by Iris Chase Griffin, sole surviving descendant of a once rich and influential Ontario family whose terse account of her sister's death in 1945 is followed by an inquest report proclaiming the death accidental. But just as the reader expects to settle into Laura's story, Atwood introduces a novel within a novel, entitled The Blind Assassin. It is a science fiction story improvised by 2 unnamed lovers who meet in dingy backstreet rooms. When we return to Iris, it is through a 1947 newspaper article announcing the discovery of a sailboat carrying the dead body of her husband, a distinguished industrialist. So, yeah. Absorbing, expertly rendered storytelling. So, yeah, seems interesting. It seems like an old book, though. So, maybe complicated if there's 2 stories in one. But, yeah, so that's this one. Okay, moving on to, what are we up to, 10? 9? 9. We're up to 9. 9. Here we go. 9 is Dorothy Coomson. The book is called The Woman He Loved Before. I stuck this in orange, but it could be black because that's what the spine looks like. I didn't have that much orange, so yeah. So here's my orange book. The cover looks like this, and it doesn't really say anything on the front except the title. And it's pretty creepy. It looks like she's running from something. So let's see what it says on the back. It says, Libby has it all. A gorgeous husband, great job, and big home by the sea. But everything may not be as it seems. With growing appreciation, Libby becomes unsure of her husband Jack's feelings for her and whether he is over the mysterious death of his first wife, Eve. After she nearly dies in a car accident, Libby knows she must learn everything she can about the man she hastily married and the seemingly perfect Eve. Before long, Libby stumbles across shocking discoveries about Eve, and as she begins to unearth dark secrets, Libby becomes more and more frightened. Will she end up like the first woman Jack loved? So gripping, I couldn't put it down. Moving and thought-provoking. So, yeah, so that's one. This one sounds interesting. It sounds like the book I'm reading now, though. Reading Trespassing, and it has, like, the same type of plot. So, we'll see. So, we're up to number 10. Number 10 is a brownish book. And it is called Whisperer by Donato Carasi. And it looks like this. It's brownish, so I put it in my orange books. And this is what the cover looks like. It says acclaimed international bestseller. Brilliant and very creepy, a great book. And that was quoted by Ken Follett. And let's see what it says on the back. Okay. One hell of a ride. This story screams high tension, high stakes, and high velocity. Superb. Okay. 6 severed arms are discovered arranged in a mysterious circle and buried in a clearing in the woods. 5 of them appear to belong to missing girls between the ages of 8 and 18. This is very, very dark. The 6th is yet to be identified. Worse still, the girls' bodies, alive or dead, are nowhere to be found. Lead investigators Miller, a celebrated profiler, and Gorin, an eerily prescient criminologist, grow obsessed with the case that becomes ever more tangled and intense as they unravel the layers of evil. The Whisperer, as sensational a bestseller in Europe as the Stieg Larsson novels, is that rare creation, a thought-provoking thriller that is also unputdownable. So a gripping read, exquisite. Those who appreciate a shock of bloody horror will be absolutely enthralled. You might not want to read this alone in the house. So yeah, it seems really, really dark. So lately I haven't been liking the dark books, but yeah, I'll give it a try. So that's that one. And the last book I have today is a YA book, and it is called One Kick by Chelsea Kane. Chelsea Kane. Anyway, it's like a brownish cover. And here is the cover. And it says, Chelsea Kane is a queen of the can't put it down book, and in one kick, she's entirely outdone herself. Deeply intelligent and grippingly suspenseful. One Kick is a wickedly brilliant masterpiece. So, yeah. I'm going to read some of the blurbs on the back. There's not that much. I'm just going to skip around. Raised by a criminal, trained by a cop, Kick Lanigan doesn't run from her nightmares. She hunts them down. I'm going to attempt to pick them up. They look so pretty on the shelf, but here we go. Here's my orange and brown, and yeah, so these are the books that I did today, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video.